and welcome to another round of Sports Reviews. Tonight, I am reacting to the 2020 Concacaf League draw. The tournament was just drawn last night. I will give you my reactions to every drawn tie, all the preliminary ties, and the round of 16 ties and what that could lead to. And I won't predict them in this video. That's for a video later this week, but I'll give you what I think, which could give you a little bit of a hint is where I would go, but there you go. So, starting with the preliminary round, and by the way, the preliminary round and round of 16 are one-leg ties, one-game ties in October for preliminary round, the 6 preliminary ties. November for the round of 16 ties. December has the quarterfinals, which is 2 legs, home and away. January has the semifinals and finals, home and away for both. And the finals, first leg, could start on my birthday, January 20th, but my birthday week, so that's pretty nice. That'd be a nice birthday present if Forge makes it, you know. Yeah. Of course, I'm covering it because they're in it, or I'll cover it every year because there's a Canadian team, but you get the point. But I'll care a lot more because it's Forge. Let's start with the preliminary round. The first tie, FAS versus Managua. I think this is a pretty obvious tie. I think it's a good tie for this tournament, but the tournament gets more fun and more intriguing as it goes on, because that's the point of this. It's a qualifier for the Champions League. You want the best teams out of Central America making it to Champions League, and if you think about it that way, and Canada, because there's one, but smaller leagues, should I put it, you want their best teams to make Champions League in February to have the best chance of upsetting a MLS team or a Mexican team. So if it works that way, you get the point. But I think FAS versus Managua is going to be an amazing tie. I think it's going to be fun to watch, and I think it's going to be close, but the better team will take it. Definitely the better team will take it over one game, and it will be a very testy game. It will be a very close game, but a fun game nonetheless, because one-leg ties. Preliminary round 2, Alajuelense versus Cibao. This one's obvious. This one's obvious. You know who's going to win this tie. The question is, can there be a challenge put out? Can there be defiance? Can there be fight? That's what you're looking for. But this should be, in all intents and purposes, a walkover. But if it is a fight and it is a scrap, that makes it a very amazing match. I'm sure of that. Preliminary round 3, Municipal Limeno versus Forge FC. I think Forge got a very easy draw here. I really do. They got away from Alajuelense and Motagua. I'll take that for Forge. I'll take that. And it put them in a very good quartile of the bracket if they could win this match, which that's a good thing. Because Municipal Limeno isn't the best club. They aren't bad by any means. They made the Concacaf League, but Forge has experience. Forge could play teams like this in their sleep. They're as good as Antigua, if not worse. But they're good. But they're on the level of somebody like an Antigua, which you've seen Forge can handle. They should handle it. I think they will. But you get a little bit of a free prediction. But again, I'm wearing a Forge shirt, so you know, you're going to get that. But whatever. Preliminary round 4, Club Atlético Independiente de la Chorrera. I definitely remember them versus Antigua GFC. Also remember them, but no PTSD. Toronto fan, profile picture, you get it, don't you? Hello there. I think you remember me. If you're watching this as an Independiente fan, hello. I bet you remember me. Just the facial hair, you know, difference. But I think you remember me. I'm sure you do. This is a match I'm looking forward to watching. Independiente versus Antigua. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a fun match to watch. I think so. Two good teams in Concacaf. A team that has beaten a giant before, Independiente, beating Toronto FC back in 2019. 5-1 on aggregate. Yep, don't want to talk about it any more than that. Still have players like Romish IV, still have Perlo as their manager. They still have Jose Guerra in goal, the guy who was a brick wall against Toronto at BMO. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that anymore. And Antigua, they did take Forge to their limit last year, so I think that'll be a very good tie to watch. But it's anybody's game, but I think the Giant Killers probably are going to take it. But hey, who knows? Any given game, any given Sunday, you know? I know that's not a perfect analysis because it's midweek, but who cares? Preliminary round 5, Arcahai FC of Haiti versus Verdes FC of Belize. Wow, this is scraping the bottom of the barrel. This is a tie that's scraping bottom of the barrel. Like, the team that goes through this is going to get knocked out quick. Scraping the bottom of the barrel, aren't you? I'm not interested. This is probably the one I'm least interested in because... Oh, and by the way, I could watch all of them because Toronto don't play that midweek. So, you'll definitely get a good roundup. Yeah. You're scraping bottom of the barrel here. Like, watching that game, I'm probably going to want to poke my eyes out. But seriously, 2 games a day? Hopefully it's not the last one because I would not like that. Come on, y'all. Next, preliminary round 6, Motagua versus Comunicaciones. Motagua, runners-up last year. Comunicaciones have taken Club America to the limit. They took them to penalties earlier this year. So, looking at it, this is going to be a fun tie. These are 2 favorites already in the preliminary round. Could one of them's get knocked out in a game? This, I like. I love Forge. I think Alajuelense is a tie to watch. I think Independiente Antigua is one to watch. But Motagua Comunicaciones, I don't think it's wrong that Concacaf was hyping that up. Because that is the biggest game of this round. I can see that that's the biggest game of this round. And I do think, deep down, it's going to be amazing. Now... is it going to be close? Yes. Could it end on penalties and somebody gets really heartbroken? Yes, but it's going to be fun to watch. I tell you that. Now, let's move on to the round of 16 ties they drew last night. The first tie of the round of 16, Deportivo Saprissa versus Municipal of Guatemala, not Lameno. Saprissa, your champions of last year's CONCACAF League versus Municipal. I think we know where this one's going. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch, but I think the job will be done. I think it's going to be an easy tie for your champions last year. They probably easily get their job done going into the quarterfinals, but again, you play to win the game. You play the game to win it, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm not doing a good job hiding some of my predictions, am I? But whatever. Some of them are easy. Some of them are easy. I'll fully get into the predictions in a video, though, and explain why I made those. So there will be a little bit of a difference to the next video, but whatever. And the whole tournament, not just the first 2 rounds. Second round of 16 tie would face the winner of Saprissa Municipal. Marathon, CD Marathon versus preliminary round 4 winner, which is Club Atletico Independiente or Antigua. I think this tie is a very good tie to watch, especially if it's Independiente versus Marathon. If it's Antigua, I still think it'll be a fun game to watch and a very tactical game to watch, but I think Independiente has a better chance of beating Marathon out of the preliminary round, and I think Marathon is a good team. But Independiente is way better than them. But Antigua is way more on a even playing field, but they'll be away, either of them, so it makes it a little bit different, even though there's no fans or barely any fans. So it is what it is for that. But I like what I see possibly there. And the winners of the first two ties would face each other in the quarterfinals. Third round of 16 tie, Tauro FC of Panama versus Municipal Lameno or Forge. The winner of preliminary round 3. If it's Lameno, if Lameno somehow get past Forge, Tauro is going to work them. If it's Forge Tauro, as I said, I think this is a very easy draw for Forge. I really do. I think they could get past Tauro and get to the quarterfinals. And once you get there, all you got to do is win one game and you're going to the Concacaf Champions League, even if you don't win the tie. But then I still think they can win the tie in the quarterfinals if they make it through the round of 16. So there's a lot to play for Forge. So, yeah. Round of 16, 4. Waterhouse FC versus preliminary round 5 winner Arca High or Verdes. The good thing for Arca High or Verdes is the team they're going to play in the round of 16 is also scraping bottom of the barrel. But whoever wins this tie is going to lose to either Tauro, if Lameno somehow wins Lameno, or Forge. One of those three. There is no way in hell. Well, if it's Lameno, they may have a chance. But if it's Forge or Tauro, you're done. Any of them. Any of them. This is probably the worst tie of the round of 16. Just easy. It is. It is. Round of 16, 5. Alianza versus preliminary round 6 winner Motagua versus Comunicaciones. That's also going to be a very good match. Especially if it's Motagua. Two giants against each other again. Going to be a fight, especially with a one-leg tie. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great game and a fun game to watch. Round of 16, 6. CD Olympia, the runners-up, versus Faz or Managua, not runners-up, losing semifinalists, but almost beat Montreal in Champions League, so, you know, good enough. Yeah, I think Olympia would probably get the number of Faz or Managua and face the winner of Alianza / Motagua versus Motagua / Comunicaciones, because Olympia is Olympia. They just are. If you can beat Montreal at home, dude, you're pretty much sealed. You'll beat anybody, especially a team like Faz or Managua. Seriously. I think that's pretty obvious. Now, round of 16, 7, San Francisco FC versus preliminary round 2 winner Alajuelense or Cibao. I think this game is another walkover if the team who needs to win preliminary round 2 or should win it wins. I think it is. It's easy for them. San Francisco FC is not a team that nobody is really worried about or really thinks could do much of anything. So they got put in a hard draw. Sorry for them. And then finally, round of 16, 8, who would face the winner of number 7, Herediano versus Real Esteli. The other team that you know will be in the round of 16, the other tie you already know. I think it's going to be a very good game, a very close game, but I think the team that is the favorite will definitely come out and win. I think they will definitely come out and do the job they're supposed to and move on to the quarterfinals, and they will play the game the way they need to play it, and that's all that they need, all that matters for them. So, that is what I think about all of the CONCACAF League draw for 2020. One last message, if you would like to, I still have the Lebanon Red Cross link down in the description below if you would like to donate. Let's help the people of Beirut in Lebanon after that tragic explosion more than a month ago. Let's help make the world a better place. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. May the odds be ever in your favor. And tomorrow I'm reviewing NYCFC versus Toronto FC. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.